everyone, and welcome back to another video. And today I'm going to be showing off my Premier League Team of the Year, as you can see from the screen. So let's start. And in goal we've got Nick Pope. Now he scored 112 saves over last season. He was the Golden Sheet winner during the 2019-20 season with a Burnley defence. Now that is pretty impressive considering Burnley finished 10th or 11th this season and are like 16th this season, and made some incredible saves during the course of the year, especially one against Liverpool towards the back end of last season when the lockdown was better and they could play football again. So that is why I've got Nick Pope as my goalkeeper. Moving on to the defence then. And at left back we've got Andrew Robertson. Listen to these stats. 210 crosses, 12 assists for a left back, and 122 duels won. Now that is pretty impressive. And as well as that, he's also he was also with Jurgen Klopp brought him for 8 million from Hull City, and now he's turned it into one of the best left backs in the world. Him and Alphonso Davies are above any other left backs at the moment. And then moving on to our centre backs, we have got Virgil van Dijk. Okay, he may have been injured for the most of this season, but only 8 players have dribbled past him in 3 years. Wow. He's won 239 duels and 81 lost. If you thought Robertson's stats were impressive, look at Van Dijk's, and he's pivotal to that Liverpool defence, because when he's been playing, he's made 15 clean sheets for them. When he hasn't, Liverpool look a bit more vulnerable at the back, having to rely on Joel Matip and a youngster like Reece Williams. Okay, so next we got Conor Coady from Wolves. Now this one was a bit of a tough decision because there was no real other standout centre back, but I've decided to go to Conor Coady because he's won 64% of his tackles, and he's made 13, and he's been part of that Wolves defence which kept 13 clean sheets last season. He's got 286 accurate long balls. Now that is a lot of accurate long balls. So Conor Coady, you're in my team. Right. Next we've got Trent Alexander-Arnold. Right. So this is interesting because he's the best right back in the world. Simple as 382 crosses last season, 18 big chances created 21 successful 50-50s. Trent Alexander-Arnold has got bags of assists, bags of crosses, as you saw, 382 of them. So, well done Trent, you're on my team. Moving on to the midfielders now. Now, this is probably the toughest one to choose. So we'll start off with the left from Grealish. Now, he's got 5 assists and 9 goals last season, and he basically single-handedly kept Villa up, and he's the main reason why Villa are doing so well this season. He won the most fouls in the Premier League last season, which is kind of a good thing, you know, because I guess you're annoying people, I don't know. So yeah, Grealish, top man. Okay, next we've got Bruno Fernandes from Manchester United. 19 goals last season. I know most of them are, penalties, but he's probably the best signing this year, in my opinion. He's got 14 assists over the whole year, and he's a pivotal part of that Manchester United team. He's right in the heart of it. The list is endless for Bruno, really. He's just such a magnificent player. Okay, next we've got Kevin De Bruyne. What can I say about this man? He's the best creative midfielder in the world. There's Thomas Müller, there's Messi, I guess, kinda. There's a lot. But Kevin De Bruyne is the best. He got 20 assists in one season, which is the joint record with Thierry Henry. 33 big chances created for Man City. Those are some pretty good stats. Alright, moving on. We've got Mohamed Salah. This was probably the toughest one to choose, because you got Salah, you got Son, so it was very tough between them two, but I decided to go with Salah despite me supporting Tottenham, because he was the joint winner of the Golden Boot, and 2 seasons ago, I think in the 2017-18 season, he got 32 goals in 36 games, I think. Wow! It's the Premier League record. He's got 223 shots on target. So, well done, Salah. Okay, now we're moving on to the attack. Now I've gone for Ings and Harry Kane. Alright, let's start off with Harry Kane. He's got 28 goals and 13 assists this year. He's got 22 goals in 22 goal contributions in 16 games this season. That's incredible. That's 42 goal contributions in 45 games this year. It's been probably the best player Tottenham have had this season. You know, you've seen him score goals and he can even assist them, so top dog. Alright, now Danny Ings, again, he was the joint Golden Boot winner with 20 goals, and he scored 29 goals in 51 games with a Southampton team. Now that might not be impressive, but listen, I know there's James Ward fans, but there's not that many players to support him, and last season Che Adams was useless, so he was kind of by himself, but he was just marvellous last season. So Danny Ings. Then moving on to the bench, I've gone with Martinez from Villa. He's been tremendous for them this season. He's kept quite a few clean sheets, and was also impressive for Arsenal during the back end of last season when Leno was injured. He's possibly better than Leno, I don't know. Next we've got James Tarkowski, because he's also been very good for Burnley and being part of that team that kept 15 clean sheets last season. So well done Tarkowski. Next we've got Chilwell. He might not have done the best at Chelsea, but he was superb at Leicester. You know, be running down the wing, getting crosses in towards Vardy. So yeah, Chilwell, well done. Next we've got Ndidi, again part of that Leicester side that helped the likes of Soyuncu and Kasper Schmeichel keep quite a few clean sheets and get about 3rd place last season, or no, they dropped to 4th. No, they dropped to 5th. I mean, during the back end of last season, Soyuncu got a red card, and then they just started to fall. So one player out, you know, it's not good for Leicester. Anyways, next we've got Heung-min Son. He was scored a superb goal last season. Not last season, this year against Arsenal. So Heung-min Son was Tottenham's Player of the Year last season. Top dog. Next we've got Aubameyang. He again came 2nd in the Golden Boot race last season. I know he hasn't been doing that well towards the end of this season, this year, so that's why I put him on the bench. But you can't forget what he done for Arsenal during the first half of the year. You know, winning the FA Cup with an Arsenal side, you know, not at its best. It's pretty impressive. He basically single-handedly won Arsenal the FA Cup. Right, and finally we got, well, not finally, but penultimately we got Dominic Calvert-Lewin. It's been insane this season, so I had to include him in there. I think he's in the top 4 for goals this season. He's been amazing for Everton. Although, you know, there are the likes of James Rodriguez, Charleston creating his opportunities, but that's what you gotta have as a striker, you know. You gotta have those players around you to support you to score, I guess. And finally, we got Ralph Hasenhüttl, the Southampton manager. Now he took Southampton from about a middle tier side, I guess, to a team who's now pushing for the Champions League. He's done a superb job bringing up Kyle Walker-Peters. He got him for a steal from Tottenham. So Ralph Hasenhüttl has been probably my manager of the year. He also, who did Southampton have? Although they may have lost like 9-0, you know, in the new year, it kind of turned around for Southampton. Ings was banging them in. Their defence was solid. Maybe I could have put Bender back in there. He's also been very good this year. So yeah. Anyways, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, seeing my opinions on this year's Premier League. I'm also going to do a team for the whole of the world. So teams from Germany, teams from Spain, teams from France. So that will be interesting. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.